WP Now lets you spin up WordPress in a second.
Wow.
So you can start development environments really fast and don't worry about everything that you usually have to take care of.
I want to see it.
Okay. It's best if you have something that you want to work on, because WP Now is really smart. Depending on in what folder you execute it, it will load a different environment. Here you can see it's like plugin theme or WP content. So if you run WP Now in a plugin, it will automatically mount the current directory as a plugin in WordPress. If you run it in a theme, it will automatically mount this theme. Then WordPress development, just PHP, or it will launch a playground. Yeah, and to show you what it can do, I just go to flintwp.com, our WordPress starter theme, Flint, and I click on download. Then I go to the releases, and here I have a zip file that actually includes all of the bundled assets. So I'm going to download this and I will open it in VS Code. And in here I have to use a Node version, and then I globally install WP Now, npm install -g add WP Now /WP Now. And once you've done that, you have it globally available. The only thing that you have to do now to launch a WordPress environment is to do WP Now start. And it will automatically download the latest WordPress version for you and also the latest SQLite database. And you see here, you need to have something else installed, right?
But now like everything's there, like WordPress was installed, it's running, it has a database, the theme is up and running in the folder, like, but you didn't even move the theme into a theme folder, right? That just works.
This just works.
Wow.
And the thing is, yeah, it's super quick and super easy to do, and you don't have to think or worry about anything. And I can show you now, because we had to download WordPress and SQLite, and I now quit the server. So now nothing is running. If I go back to the browser, you see it can't be reached. And now I run WP Now start again, and bam, it's done.
Cool.
So this is super quick and super easy to do. And if you go to the admin, you're already logged in. You shouldn't use that for production or anything. It's just like admin and password are the credentials if you ever need them. But yeah, in order to get something running, this is super great.
Now you can also like install plugins here and do everything else, right?
Yes. In order to run Flint, we have to have ACF Pro installed. At the moment, there are two ways to do it. You can use something called a blueprint, but I'm not going to go into that. But if you open the folder .wp-now, you will actually see what it created. There's the SQLite database integration. There are the WordPress version. This is like the latest. Then here is WP content with Flint and also plugins. And if you like need anything in here, I can just copy the plugin from my local disk and paste it here. You can now see here's Advanced Custom Feeds Pro. Now I can activate it. And if I go back to the front page, here you can see a running version of Flint.
Nice.
So yeah, that's WP Now. Super simple, super quick way of getting a development environment running on your local machine.
Can I try it myself?
Sure.
Okay, let's do this. So a new terminal window, going to my www folder, then npm install at wp-now /wp-now, was that correct?
Add the -g or global installation.
Yeah.
So this also takes a little bit because like it's based on WASM. It downloads the WASM files for all the PHP versions, and all of these are around 10 megabytes each. Then the initial run takes a little bit, but then it's like super fast.
Okay, let me just make a directory here, WordPress test, and then wp-now start. What?
Yeah.
Nice, it worked.
That's it. With a database and with everything you need.
Cool. And with the admin area. And I'm logged in already. Cool. Can we use this now for our development stack?
I mean, that is kind of the goal, right? I would maybe wait a little bit to go all in for a bigger team and so on, just because it's like still in an early stage. It should be at some point a replacement for wp-env, which is another tool to launch quickly dev environments on your machine. But this is based on Docker, so you have to have Docker installed and Docker Compose. It needs to download several hundred megabytes all the time for the images if something updates and so on. So the experience with wp-env is not as nice as it is with WP Now. But it is based on WASM. So PHP was compiled to WASM so that it can run in the browser, but it can also run in Node. So there might be some functions that you cannot use in PHP. Then it uses SQLite instead of MySQL as a database. There is an official plugin for that, but it's also still alpha beta version kind of. But in order to work on some minor things quickly, and I know, like, do you remember when we went to WordCamp a few years back in Berlin, where we wanted to contribute to WordPress and setting up the environments?
That was so hard. Yeah, exactly. It took us like the first half an hour to just like set up the environment before we could do anything. Yeah. That's so cool now. Great.
So if you use local WordPress, please try this out and also give feedback to the developers at WordPress and Automatic. And well, actually, I don't know if this is an Automatic project. So give feedback to the developers from WordPress Playground, which aims to get WordPress into the browser, right, for like demo purposes and so on. And yeah, help out, make this stable and awesome. I mean, it is already awesome, but make it more awesome. Yeah.